Okay, so let's do an example. This is a practice quiz 1a. So it's let u equal the vector I minus j plus 2k and v be the vector 3i plus j minus k. So we need to find the unit vector that is orthogonal to both u and v. So orthogonal means that it's perpendicular to both u and v. So let me show you, demonstrate that. So the vector u and v, they're in 3 dimensions. So say, suppose this guy is my u, this is my v. So we're looking for a vector that's perpendicular to both of those. So be these yellow ones sticking up here. And to find a vector perpendicular to both of those vectors, we know the cross product has that property. So we'll do the cross product. So let's do the cross product of u and v to find this yellow vector. Okay, let's keep going. So let me write the definition of a cross product now. So I do my ijk, then I have my u vector, so it'll be 1, minus 1, 2 looking into coefficients, and then 3, 1, minus 1 for the bottom guy down here. Then to the cross product, then we'll cover the I column, and it'll be minus 1 times minus 1, minus 2 times 1, let me write that here, that'll be the I component. So I get this then, so again, minus 1 times minus 1 is plus 1, then 2 times 1 minus this direction, so minus 2 here. Then let's do the j1 next. When you do j1, it alternates plus minus plus, if it was bigger matrix. It's going to go, the j component will have a minus sign in front here then. So it'll be 1 times minus 1, it'll be 2 times 3 minus that, so it'll be minus 6. And it'll be j direction. And then we'll do the k. So k1 will be 1 times 1, so it'll be 1. It'll be minus 1 times minus 3, so minus a minus 3 here. That'd be k. And simplifying this then we'll get, so this will be equals here. This then equals minus I. It's going to be then 2 minus 3 plus, it'll be plus 7 j, and over here simplifying this will be plus 4k. Okay, so this is our dot product, sorry, our cross product. And to make sure we got it right, it should be the case when I go u dot u cross v, it should be 0, and v dotted with u cross v should also be 0. So let's check that. Okay, so my u dot u cross v, so it's going to be 1 times minus 1, so it'll be minus 1 here. It's going to be minus 1 times 7, so minus 7 here. That'll be 2 times 4, so plus 8 here, which is 0, so check. Let's next check v dot u cross v. Okay, my v's here, so it's going to be 3 times minus 1, so it'll be minus 3. It's going to be 1 times 7, so 7. And it'll be negative 1 times 4, negative 4, and that's also 0. So check. Okay, so we did it right. So the u cross v is the vector that's perpendicular to both u and v. Okay, now let's find the unit vector. So the unit vector is just going to be our vector divided by its the magnitude of the vector. That will produce a unit vector. We'll show in a second here. So let's find the magnitude of u cross v. So here's my u cross v here. So I'm going to write the magnitude up here. So magnitude then would be the first component squared, so minus 1 squared plus 7, second component squared plus third component squared, square root of that. So it's going to be square root of 66 here. So okay, then let's write out my unit vector then right here. So we get this then, so it'll be 1 over magnitude, so 1 over square root of 66, and then our vector here. So this should be a unit vector. Let's actually show what's going to be a unit vector. Let's prove it here. So basically I want to show the magnitude of u cross v over magnitude of u cross v should be 1. So in general is how you'd prove it. We'll do it for this example in a second here, but the magnitude of u cross v you can actually pull outside this, so this would equal then this. So magnitude of this guy times magnitude of u cross v. Now cross off and you just got 1. We can prove it for this example just so you can kind of see what's going on. Let's do that. So we proved it in general here, but let's prove it for our case here. So if you multiply the 1 over square root of 66 in here, then the I component would be negative 1 over square root of 66. The j would be 7 over square root of 66. And the k would be 4 over square root of 66. So be squaring these and taking square root. Okay, so let's keep working on this then. We need to show this as 1. Okay, here's the rest of the steps then. So squaring this would be 1 over 66, squaring this would be 49 over 66, squaring this would be 16 over 66. Then adding the numerators, it would be 1 plus 49 plus 16 over 66, which would be 66 over 66. So that'll be then square root of 1, which is 1. Okay. So we've shown that it is a unit vector. It has a magnitude 1. Okay. So we're done with practice quiz 1A. Okay, so let's leave it there.